from West Milford High School. The Garden State Athletic Network comes to you for the first time as the Paramus Spartans visit the West Milford Highlanders. Week 0 of high school football here in New Jersey. John Kovach joined by Mark Sirdashney. We're sitting up top here. Here come the Spartans in their white uniforms, quite Spartan look. The American flag, the Paramus Spartans. And we're waiting for the Highlanders because we've heard
good things.
We've heard they've got quite the entrance, and it's one that appeals to me.
Mm-hmm. It appeals to me too, John. This one should be an epic entrance here. I mean, you can see the big blow up. I'm assuming the Highlander deer.
That is the Highlander. That's a stag or an elk. Or we're still trying to figure out the antlers on the helmet, and we'll get to that later.
Now, John, this should be a tightly contested matchup between two Super Football Conference teams and with two very distinct styles of football.
Just from having talked to West Milford coach Steve Maslanek and having watched pregame with Joe Sabella's Paramus Spartans, West Milford, 4 of the 5 up front are returning starters.
Yes.
They've got running backs back, and they want to run the ball. They want to play smash mouth, old New York Giant football.
New York Giant, New York Jet, just football. Football is running the ball up the middle and wearing down your opponent. And then when you do that, you get the chance to take the ball up top, throw the ball and surprise your opponent. It's just how it is. You wear them down like that. And here, I believe, come the West Milford Highlanders.
This is the entrance with bagpipers, which if you led me out to bagpipers, I probably would have played better in high school. And they actually did go to that at Mount Olive after I had graduated, long after I had graduated. They had bagpipers bring them out. If you have bagpipers, I mean, if this is the hill you want me to go on, I'm in. The Highlanders last year, 5-5 overall, 3-2 in the division. Paramus in 2024, 2-7 overall, 1-4 in the division.
As they enter the tunnel here, the drum line at them as well. American flag, West Milford with the big WM in there in black and gold. This should be a fun one here.
Looking forward to this. They're gathering at the runway. One of 3 games we're bringing you tonight on the Garden State Athletic Network, as here come the Highlanders. A lot of enthusiasm for this home opener.
The boys are ready. They're ready to go. They've been training all preseason long. Week 0, they are ready to go and ready to get started here in West Milford.
I cannot get used to that Week 0 stuff. I really can't. Public address announcer Ken Ryerson welcoming the crowd.
Like we said earlier, we're still trying to figure out what the helmet with the antlers on the front of it. Our hypothesis is currently a turnover.
Something like that.
As we come here to the national anthem.
National anthem is going to be performed by West Milford Senior and a youngin.
You will see here in just a minute here.
Little warm. Not real fall-like, but it's a great night for football.
I think the temperature is scheduled to go down just a tiny bit. And down goes the stag or the deer. It looks kind of funny getting taken down like that, but it's pretty awesome to see it get blown up. We saw it get blown up a little while ago.
So the Garden State Athletic Network, we are working in partnership with Garden State HS Wrestling and the Lighthouse, excuse me one second, Lighthouse Sports Network. This is the first kickoff of 3 games that we are going to be bringing you tonight. All available on Garden State Athletic Network website and on our YouTube. Starting at 6 o'clock, the Long Branch Green Wave will take on the Ocean Township Spartans. And then at 7 o'clock, Whippany Park will take on Parsippany. And we're going to rise now for the national anthem, again performed by Anna Youngins. Anna Youngins of West Milford with the national anthem a cappella from the press box. And we're about ready to kick off the 2025 season, the first here on the Garden State Athletic Network. Again, John Kovach with Mark Sirdashney. Our coverage tonight brought to you by the Harrington Companies. And someday I'll memorize Don Brower's whole speech on all the services that they offer.
John, I got one question for you, my friend. Are you ready for some Thursday night football?
Always ready for football.
Aren't we always?
I was thinking this morning it was a clip I had done when I was both coaching and announcing in Connecticut, and I strapped a GoPro on for pregame and did it. And I said this every game day, especially Friday nights. The best place in the world to be is on the football field on a Friday night. Captains and the officials are meeting at midfield.
That's a lot of respect there, hopefully, between these boys here. As the referee starts the coin toss here, talking to both teams, probably walking them into the season.
Captains are for West Milford, Chase DeBursney, number 0. Patrick Foley's number 14. Aiden Dean, number 7.
Patrick Foley, number 14.
Number 45 is Cole Zrepak. And number 55, Kyle Schwartzlow. The captains for Paramus. Number 5, Theo Paredes. Number
you also see number 71.
That's Dean Siderius. And number 2, Matthias Singleton. We've got some information on the head-to-head matchups here. These teams did play last year.
These teams playing last year. Last year, West Milford won that one 21-3 last year. In October of 2020, West Milford beat Paramus 20-13. That was probably a highly talented matchup. And their first matchup on 11-12-18, Paramus soundly defeated West Milford 42-14. So some back and forth here between these two teams. This one should be entertaining as we get set for the inaugural kickoff on the Garden State Athletic Network.
The Garden State Athletic. West Milford will receive. They'll be going from right to left. They are in the black with yellow numbers. Paramus in the white with navy numbers. Not a lot of helmet markings here. Two Spartan looks as we meet on the Highland to kick off 2025.
And here we go.
Nicholas Tastian kicks it deep. It's picked up inside the 10.
He almost broke one there, number 14. He had Lane.
He thought about it. He had Lane.
Oh, man, that was a close call there for Paramus.
That was Foley, who was out for the coin toss, and he just got shut down. He thought he had a corner, and he got fireman's carried there.
He did. He almost had one. If he was like a half second quicker, he would have had a huge hole right there into the 25. It would have been blasting through the Paramus special teams unit there.
1st and 10 for West Milford on their own 25.
As the Paramus band begins to play.
Single back, slots to the top of the screen on the right. You have a wing to the left. They're going to go to the wing side. It's a keeper.
Second and 7 there coming up.
Aiden Dean picked up 3. Nothing fancy there. That was like a rugby play. Just take the ball and go.
Take the ball, go with it. Sometimes that's what football is, as we mentioned earlier.
Same set with a wing to the left. Back is to the right of Dean. We've got slots to the right as well. One out by the numbers, one just inside. Handoff to the back. He breaks through. He has a hole. Little bit of water skiing, but a pickup.
Pickup of a first down there for West Milford.
Of a first, it's a first down.
It's going to be a first down there, Trent. And
Decent hole up the middle there for the back there. Just skirted right through. Like you said, a little water ski in there.
Jeffrey Papiniak with the carry. Picks up
that's all good.
the first down for West Milford. Now we have the slot to the left. We got a split receiver top of the numbers to the right. Two backs, one cheated forward to the right side. Handoff there. Little bit of a push from behind by Landon Keller, and Keller gets it deep. Well, not as deep as I thought. He stepped out at the 29. 1st and 10 for West Milford. We're only a minute and 29 into this. They're running the plays at a very good pace.
Just broke the hole there and just got through the lane. The blockers made the lane right up the middle. Running on a big sprint there to the 30-yard line. Or 29, excuse me.
Nothing fancy, just follow the back.
As we mentioned earlier, that is West Milford's #1 strategy, running the ball up the middle, up the gut.
Someone scores here, Chris, I want you to give me like a medium shot. Or like a
And there's another one right up the gut, gains about 2.
Papinuk again. Picks up a couple, maybe 3.
whoever celebrates.
2nd and 7.
Get as like tight of a shot of them as possible.
They are at the Paramus 27-yard line, we'll call it.
Second down and 8, gained about 2 there.
It's 2.5, and we're just estimating.
I know, still. Yeah, I give it 2.5.
Staying in the same set. Slot to the left. Split receiver right. We got jet motion across. Now we've got to shift to a wing slot. Chase to Bursey. Gets it. Tries to follow his wing. Decent yardage there. Sets up a 3rd and short. 3rd and long, 3 short 4.
Now, if you're West Milford here, do you go for the shot, or do you think you just keep doing what you're doing here? Can you surprise them a little bit, take them off guard? You've been running the football this whole time. That's what it opens up. It opens up the play-action pass. Take a shot into the end zone.
The way they're pounding on yardage, I don't know that they have to throw it. Not yet. Shift to wing. Handoff across. He's got a lane. If he plants and cuts up, he does. And that was Foley again, Patrick Foley. They're spreading the ball around. They're coming at you from different angles, and they're really creating lanes.
Indeed, yes, they are. Lanes, lanes, lanes. That's all you got to create sometimes in football. Just keep running up the middle, keep the momentum going, and drive it into the end zone.
What scares me here, they're shifting to the wing, going right behind it. They're eventually going to run counter out of this, and somebody's going to get burnt. Dean stumbles, keeps it, runs through two. He's going to be down just outside the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal for West Milford with 8:25 remaining in this first quarter.
What'd you say about someone getting burned? There you go. As the crowd goes silent here, letting the offense work here.
I don't know. That's fine.
They might be getting ready to explode out of their seats in just a minute, though.
Not getting under center. Foley keeps again.
Touchdown.
No, excuse me, Dean on the carry. Aiden Dean with the touchdown. Exactly 8 minutes to go in this first quarter, and a 6-0 lead. Aiden Dean open scoring for the 2025 season.
Now that is a perfect example of smash mouth football there. They just kept running it and running it up the gut and building all that momentum, and it leads to a score for the Highlanders, leading 6-0 early here.
Senior Braden Amundsen to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is wide. Believe he was wide left. And it remains 6-0, 4-minute drive by West Milford to open scoring here tonight on the Garden State Athletic Network. Our coverage brought to you by the Harrington Companies.
We talked about it earlier. That really was smash mouth football, and that's going to be West Milford's main strategy in this game.
Well, they show there's no reason to shift out of it right now. I mean, just watching that drive, the way they opened the holes, I would have to say they averaged somewhere around 4 yards a carry, I would have to say. If you could do that, you're going to win a lot of football games without throwing. They haven't shown counter yet. They haven't shown any misdirection like that. They haven't put the ball up. They just came out and efficiently drove 75 yards in 4 minutes.
I mean, yeah, that's how you do it.
I would imagine there's a very happy offensive coaching staff right now on the West Milford sideline. 6-0, the Highlanders with the lead. They're kicking off to Paramus. Paramus going left to right. Amundsen with the kick. We've got a flag.
I believe that's going to be a false start on somebody.
It's going to be, yeah, it's offsides. They called it encroachment, so I'm not sure. This is with the new kickoff rules. This can be called if somebody crossed the 40 early. Can also be called if you're lined up inside the 35.
Right. Okay. That's one of the few rule changes we've gotten this year.
That's not new. That's an older one.
Older rule? Okay.
Yeah, you can only.
Excuse my knowledge.
That's all right. Yeah, you're limited to a 5-yard run. I'm curious as to. So Amundsen will kick again, this time from the 35. Looks like everybody is lined up properly, so there's probably somebody getting ahead of the kicker coming down on coverage. They almost did it again. High kick is going to bounce at the one, roll in for the touchback. Paramus will take over at their own 21st and 10.
So in high school, it's still at the 20 or the 25 still, because in the NFL, it's all the way up to the 35 now, and in college, I believe it is still the, yeah, it's going to be the 20-yard line.
Still the 20. Yeah, they didn't do the, we had the big rule changes the past few years, the targeting, which is going to be a point of emphasis this year, but it's not a change.
Mm-hmm.
But the big one this year is a fumble that goes out of bounds is going to return to the spot where the ball was lost. And I have some information on that because I want to make sure I have it right. From the gun, Paramus going to the air early. And they are already looking for a pass interference call.
That was no pass interference at all. Number 3 just stopped.
I think he stopped because he was encountering a defender. I think there was some contact. But if you talk to an official, they're gonna you've got to fight through it.
Yeah.
If you're trying to fight through it and can't get there, you'll get the flag. If you stop, it's not happening.
Well, then, yeah, that's on yourself because you're stopping. You're not fighting through the contact.
Jacob Hosey takes the tap. Tackle for a loss. Going to bring up 3rd and a long 14.
Hearing this band takes me back to my high school days playing in the marching band. I was a trumpet, taking me back a little bit.
So number 9 is at quarterback. That's Alexandro Parides. Split backs, 2 receivers, handoff across. Making the plant and cut is number 1, Yuland Carroll, but he gets nowhere. Paramus is going to punt from under its own goalpost with 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Really didn't kill a lot of time there.
Yeah, Carroll just had nowhere to go on that play. The defense swallowed him up early and behind the line. That's not where you want to be, is behind the sticks.
Wow, I'll talk about it during the change of possession. Some big news in the NFL that I got from Dom Brower, Garden State HS Wrestling. Decent punt is fielded at the 35, and he's juggling it. He's lost it. It's loose. Paramus may come out of this with a first down.
Chris, zoom in. All right, ready, Chris? Take.
Paramus is signaling first down. We haven't gotten it from the officials yet.
It's going the other way.
And they gave it to West Milford. Somebody came out of that. That got real dangerous.
It went the other way.
So we'll break that down, but we will.
Back to Josh.
He will be doing that in just a moment here.
But the Dallas Cowboys have traded defensive ends and Micah Parsons to the Packers.
The Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers and a 4-year, $188 million deal. $136 million of that guaranteed.
Wow, what a money bag for him. I mean, he deserves it. He's one of the best defensive ends in the league.
No question. New set shown by West Milford. You've got 3 receivers to the left near side. 1 split outside the numbers top. There's the handoff. He's got space. Dodges a tackle.
And he is in for another West Milford touchdown. What a run there.
Just a nifty run by Jeffrey Papineau, the senior for West Milford.
The senior gets the touchdown, and it makes it a 13-0 with 6:09 left in the first quarter. What a nifty little run there by him.
It was such a subtle move. He just made one half step to the outside, and it opened it up for him. And they ran it to the 3 receiver side because there was so much open space there. As long as you got a decent stalk block from your slot and your flanker and your receivers, you were okay. Kick is up. They don't chase 2. That one by Emerson is good. 13-0 the lead for the host West Milford.
There's only 6 minutes left.
Not even halfway through the first quarter. You're watching high school football on the Garden State Athletic Network, sponsored by the Harrington Companies.
So T-Mobile here, they did the PA announcer just label it over the top. West Milford is actually one of the winners for the T-Mobile 5G Friday Night Lights sweepstakes.
It's a nice little facility. I'm wondering what you could, you know.
I'm sure they might. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll put up a new scoreboard, or maybe they'll make the stands a little bigger. Well, you can do a lot with $5,000 to a high school football stadium.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
I think you could. If I had to do something, if I had to mention anything, find a way to get your logo or something built up in the mountains behind the opposing
I was
fans.
looking at the mountain across from us, trying to think of somehow to use that. Amundsen to kick off from right to left for West Milford. Deep for Paramus, Ulant Carroll, and Matthias Singleton.
I mean, that's a pretty scenic view by itself.
Oh, yeah. Another booming kick. That's going to clear the end zone.
And through the uprights, if I saw that correctly, too. In the Canadian Football League, that's a point.
It's a rouge. I like that rule.
No, I agree. I think that should be a rule. The only thing it would cause, though, is like
chaos.
Chaos, yes, that is very much the case. But the rogue rule there in the Canadian Football League is one of the cooler rules. I think that that American football should borrow, or not borrow, but take. I think
Steal?
that would be, yeah, Canadian Football League fumbles the ball, you can take it. But I think that's one of the better rules that they should steal there. I think that's one of the better rules.
3 receivers left for Paramus. 1 to the right. He's at the top of the numbers. Pass is almost completed despite
some heavy contact.
Heavy defense by Chase Taberzi.
Like I said, 2 different styles of football. Spartans looking to go towards the air first in the first quarter. They might have to start doing it more if the score keeps racking up like this. And West Milford strategy is just to run it down their throats. That's all they really needed to do. And there's a run up the middle there. Decent gain here. I think he gained about 6 on that one there. That's number 2.
Matthias Singleton on the carry.
We've got a lot of run on the ball. After you do the throw pass, you might as well take the shot, run the ball. You got 3rd down and about 2 there. 8-yard gain there.
It's like Ryan Jones takes it in the gun, hands it off again to Singleton. Singleton, no, he's not. He's more than close. I think he's got it. They're moving the chains. 1st down. Paramus has its first down. We're 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
I mean, the West Milford defense was smothering them up until this point, but I think they're finally getting something going here possibly. They're still in their own territory, but running the ball like that, just like West Milford has done.
Screen pass out to the left.
Oh, how did he get out of
Carroll tries to get out of it. He makes a little bit out of nothing, but they were all over that screen, and he was still able to avoid the tackles, put up a yard, but it's 2nd and 9.
He made something out of nothing. He could have gotten swamped for a loss there, but you know what? He got a yard out of it. Those are the little plays in football. Instead of taking a loss of 3, you get a gain of 1 or no gain here. But you know what? Those little things, it's like that. And that's also what coaches like to see. Coaches like to see that effort being placed there during a play to not give up on it.
You got 3 receivers to the top and the back offset that way. Short screen to Singleton. Singleton, a lot of east-west. I think he had some space he could have picked up, but he took it toward the sideline, gained next to nothing, and it's 3rd and a long 8 for the Spartans, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. West Milford with a 13-0 lead. You're watching New Jersey High School football on the Garden State Athletic Network, brought to you by the Harrington Companies.
The Garden State Athletic Network.
Jones with the pass over the middle. Juggling catch. Can you say helmet catch by Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones, we're talking about the helmet catches. That's a pretty infamous name in Giants history, but the guy that made the helmet catch is David Tyree.
I know.
Of course you'd know. That was a heck of a catch, though. Good.
That was a great catch. I want to see the replay on that because he had to do some juggling. And we've got a targeting foul against West Milford. That's going to tack another 15 on and take the ball into Highlander territory. I said earlier that was a point of emphasis. Anything questionable, they're going to look to throw the flag on that. They want to set the tone early that those hits to the head aren't going to be tolerated.
Yeah, I mean, hits to the head in football are going to happen at some points, but like in a situation like that, you can't do that. The way he hit him was inexcusable, especially when he's trying to catch it. I understand he's trying to catch it on his helmet, but still, they're going to look for that every time.
Right, but it's one of those things that went from being a helmet sticker to being a felony inside of about 3 years.
You know what I just noticed, John?
What?
The drone above the field.
I don't know nothing. Trying the sweep to the far side. Yuland Carroll might have picked up a tiny bit. Nope. 2nd and 10.
Now that 15-yard penalty is going to be a momentum swinger here for the Highlanders. You getting all that momentum early on, going up 13-0. Penalty like that could swing a game.
Has the potential to be if they can capitalize. Slot right, inverted slot to the far side. Backs offset to the left. Jones takes the snap, scrambles. Pocket breaks down. He tucks it. He's looking to run and is taken down right around the original line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd down.
What a hit there by number 45. My goodness, he laid him out, flipped him over. You want to talk about a hit? That was a Micah Parsons-like hit there from him.
It was a nice hit in space.
Still $188 million. My goodness. What would you even do with that kind of money?
I'd buy a football helmet with antlers on it first.
Well, yeah.
That's just me. 3 receivers to the left. Tight end and a wing to the right. Fakes the handoff. Another acrobatic catch. That by Theo Paredes. And that moves the chains. Paramus with 1st and 10 at the West Milford 20. A minute 40 to go in this first quarter. West Milford leading 13-0.
Again, another acrobatic catch, doing the little tilt-to-whirl spin there to make that one. Very, very impressive there by Theo. About a minute 19 left to go here. Spartans got to capitalize on the mistakes here by West Milford.
Yeah, that was the alignment. I was trying to, it's going to be a procedure call.
The PA guy said false start, but I believe you are correct. That was an illegal procedure or an illegal formation there.
I was trying to see if they were 2 tight ends. And there was motion turning up. There was a lot went wrong there.
And it cost him a touchdown because he would have been, number 5 there would have been wide open. Theo would have been wide open for a touchdown there.
3 receivers to the Paramus sideline. 1 at the bottom of the numbers to our side. Referees stopping the clock.
They're talking about something over there. What that is, I don't know. Oh, we might have a timeout here. No, they're just talking to each other. Okay.
Yeah, it's an official timeout. I don't know if it's on the enforcement.
Maybe. It's not the spot of the ball. They're keeping the ball the same.
We'll run down the officials for you after this play. Still 3 receivers to the top. Nobody split to the right side. Backs offset to the right. Jones in the gun. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looks to his left. Lofts a pass. That's going to be picked off. Foley again for West Milford. Makes a couple of moves.
And he's going to
go.
go.
Got a lot of green.
He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. He is gone. Touchdown, Highlanders.
That's a 90-yard interception return with 16 seconds to go. We got a flag, I think, way, way back.
No.
Yes.
This one might be coming back.
I
here,
think
folks.
this is coming back. The other thing that I see is Theo Paredes was without his helmet.
That might be the
bent
call.
over on the field. I think that's going to be the call. Is there some sort of a
pass interference or a face mask? Because you said it. Yeah, look at him.
Illegal block.
So West Milford's still going to get the ball. So they're still going to get the ball, but it's not going to be a touchdown.
Correct. You'll have to change of possession.
So it's still Highlanders ball, but it's not going to be 20-0, 20 or 19-0. It's going to still be 13. Paramus was building all that momentum in there, and some sort of screw up in their formation there cost them.
I think the ball just hung up there, and it allowed Foley to play center field and settle under it. Our referee tonight is Jerry Picazio. Wayne Sackman is the umpire. The linesman is Mike Volar. Line judge is Frank Dawson. Dave Asman is the field judge. Mike Davenport, the side judge. And Keith Warren is the clock operator. 16 seconds to go in this first quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Dean with the keeper. Turns the corner. Is nudged out of bounds by Alfredo Batanga of Paramus, but not before he got a first down. Nothing fancy in what West Milford has done here. It's take the snap and run the ball. It's follow the blocks, and it's been successful.
Simple, effective, power football.
But when you've got 15 returning starters, when you've got 4 or 5 back up front, this is the kind of stuff you can do.
Exactly. It's the exact stuff you can do. You can use those simple plays here because the guys are veterans and know what they're doing.
8 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the top. Dean with the keeper again. Snakes his way through. Runs through a tackle. And when we come back for the second, oh no, we've got a second left. Trying to figure out how that happened. It's going to be 1st and 10.
It is the same rule as college, where if you get a first down, they stop the clock, and there's the 0.
Be 1st and 10 at the Paramus 46 for the West Milford Highlanders. When the second quarter begins, the Highlanders with a 13-0 lead over Paramus. You're watching New Jersey High School football on the Garden State Athletic Network, sponsored by the Harrington Companies. The Cowboys received, pick that up for me, Mark.
Cowboys for Micah Parsons here receive defensive tackle Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks.
Whew.
That's a steep price to pay, but with the Packers core that they have, Jordan Love out there, their franchise quarterback. The Packers don't lose with quarterbacks. It's just a known fact. But that's a pretty solid shot out there. They just jumped from playoff contender to Super Bowl contender in the span of a day.
Well, here's the thing, is I think they were a win-now team last year.
Yeah.
that didn't get it done, and
Right.
now they're trying to. So it's going to cost you a little bit. By the way, you can sponsor the Garden State Athletic Network. Email sponsors at gardenstateathleticnetwork.com or visit our website, gardenstateathleticnetwork.com.
Well,
First and 10 for West Milford on the 36-yard line of Paramus. West Milford for the second quarter going left to right.
And, oh, he lost the ball. It's Paramus football. He lost the ball at the goal line.
Jeffrey,
Now, what are they going to call that here? They're going to call it
they
a
might
touchback?
say he was down. No. They'll have the ball at the 1.
We were just referencing that new rule now for football, for fumbles in the end zone.
Jeffrey Papanook with a 35-yard gain and then fumbles at the very end of it. You got to protect that football because you have to start to think that a quick score here, a touchdown, 5 seconds into the second quarter to make it 19, 20, 21, whatever you go for.
Yeah, that would have.
It is such a momentum killer for if you're Paramus. I mean, I would be fine with first and goal at the 1.
Yeah, I mean, and then, but you know, the guy he punched the ball out. Then that's what you got there. Now you got a first and 10 at the 1-yard line.
Well, it also gave a jolt to the Spartans, who need it right now. Now, they were almost down 3 scores. We had a long touchdown call back. Now they stopped them inside the 1 here and got the ball back. They can score here. We've got a new game.
They get out of the shadow of their own goalpost, though, first. That's what you got to do.
I think they're in the woods, actually.
And takes a shot
Lofts
there.
it, and that, could have been picked off. Overthrew the receiver.
Esteo helps him with the receipt, show of sportsmanship there. Almost had the pick there. Both guys falling over each other like 2 Jude bungs at a summer night.
I can't unsee that. But it looks like West Milford's anticipating the long pass because they're playing 12, 13, 14 yards off the ball. They've got a safety at 12 yards. Handoff, cut up the middle, but not much there for Singleton. Going to bring up.
Oh, we got some pushing and shoving here. We've got a fracas, possibly, a brouhaha, as they might say.
I'm also a bit perplexed here. The first pass, there was no flag on that.
No.
So that should have been second down. This should be third down coming up. But they just changed the marker to 2.
Yeah, I think the chain gang might be a little off there, but
I'm looking to see. We've got dead ball, unsportsmanlike. I think this is going to be a wash. Nope. It is a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Paramus. Half the distance.
Just undisciplined football right there.
I'm looking for a. All right, so they're calling it still now. All right, now we're saying third
and 10.
and 10, third and 9.5, because that did occur after the play.
Yes. Yeah, so it should be about probably 3rd and 10. Still in the shadow of their own goalpost here. Problem is, Paramus just can't seem to get out of their own way in this game.
Yeah, that did not help. You've got to capitalize on that. Looks like they're going for the swing pass, and it's tipped away, falls incomplete. Paramus will punt from deep in its own end zone with 11:21 left in this second quarter. West Milford already leading 13-0 and looking at an opportunity to get excellent field position.
Yeah, Paramus just can't seem to get their ball in the air correctly. I'm trying to think of a pilot's term there for that. But the plane just can't seem to take off here. The plane being the ball in this case.
Now you practice this so that punter doesn't step on the end line.
Yeah, he's not a Detroit Lion. He ain't got to worry about that.
What a Dan Orlovsky reference.
Yes, yes it is.
Dan was from up in my area when I lived in Connecticut.
Really?
Punts off, but it's short. Lands at the 28, rolls, takes a left-hand turn, and it's going to die at the 34-yard line of Paramus, where West Milford will take over 1st and 10 with a 13-0 lead. Yeah, he was from Shelton. I coached against Shelton, but it was after Dan had graduated. But he does a great job with the breakdowns.
He does. Yes, he does.
Quickly out of the huddle are the Highlanders in black with gold numbers. They're going from left to right in the second quarter. They did come out. It looked like they were going to go with a slot left and 2 backs, but they shift to trips and go back to Papinuck. This is what he almost scored on last time, and I think he's going to protect the ball this time, and it's coming back. There's a flag at the 30.
This one's going to be a hold on. This one's going to be a holding.
Yep.
Just the costly penalties there for West Milford here. Just costly, as the coach shrugs his shoulders.
Papinuck, you could tell, was clamped down on that ball, but he did have it in his inside hand. You kind of would like to see him take it on the outside.
Yeah, you would like to see that. I agree 100% with you there. As we, you mentioned the hill early. We have some fans now sitting up on the hill.
That's got to be a great vantage point.
Probably.
Chris, can you get a shot of the people on the hill? On the other side of the field, they're to the left of their bench, yeah.
And the band, and it takes up about a third of the small visitors' bleachers. 3 receivers left. Backs offset that way. Handoff coming across.
Nowhere to go this time.
Chase Tibbery is met in the backfield. They were all over that. Yeah, I mean, you could do something with those. Almost be great home, a great home side.
Yeah,
if you built it into that hill. Coming up on it. I can't believe we're only a minute into this quarter.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, though.
A lot of flags, stoppages, turnovers. 3 receivers left. Back is to the left as well. Snap to Dean. Dean rolls to his left, and we got flags coming in from everywhere deep.
All sorts of laundry on the field. Somebody put them in a washing machine already.
That's going to be a procedure call. Back it up 5. This is going to be 2nd and forever.
And the scoreboard still hasn't updated it yet. But we have it updated on our graphics team. Shout out to them.
2nd and
100.
23.
23, okay. I was close.
I hope I'm right.
Curious to see what West Milford's going to do here. See if they'll finally throw the ball.
I don't think they are because you got a 2-back set. Ooh, fake the cross. Oh, they are going deep.
And it's caught.
It right into the hands.
What a touchdown throw there by Dean, making it 19-0 with 10:15 left in the first. Good Lord, what a throw. Perfection.
Mason Lenave, the sophomore, with the catch on the putt. That is a tough one to cover, and that's where what you've talked about. You run, and your DBs start peeking inside, looking to provide run support. And that post is tough to cover at any level.
Right. I think that one could have gone either way because you had both backs that could have probably taken that ball if the receiver hadn't been open there. But he was open and he leads it, and now it is 20-0 West Milford.
Amundsen makes it 20 with his kick. He's 2 for 3 on PATs. 10:15 to go in the first half. West Milford 20, Paramus 0. You're watching high school football on the Garden State Athletic Network, sponsored by the Harrington Companies.
Mark Sirdashney alongside here with John Kovach. So if Paramus has got to get back in this game, what do they have to do here?
Score.
Score? Is that simple?
Yeah, that's really it. They've got to.
I think those
They're a
cheerleaders.
they're a bobbled pass here. They're a penalty. You know, they just little. They're close. You've got a West Milford team that's out here to run the ball. That even though they haven't yet, they could slow this down.
Yeah.
And run the ball for their 4 yards a clip.
And just, you know.
And just milk the clock here. Paramus has to hit a long pass first off.
Yeah, obviously. That's like that was clearly their game plan going in, and it's not working.
I don't even know that it's just, you know, it's been a little miss here, a little miss there.
But that's football for you.
Emmonson's going to kick off from the 40, going from left to right. West Milford in the black, Paramus in the white. Booming kick, not as deep as the other ones. It's going to be fielded by Singleton. Singleton reverses field. He has a little bit of opening if he can get there. Trying to turn the corner. He's going to go out of bounds just inside his own 40, 1st and 10 from the 39.
And that's a good way to start a drive. You get a decent return there, and hopefully you can build on that a little bit. You know, score before the end of the half. We still got 10 minutes, but you still want
you
that
could
score.
get a couple back by the end of the half and make this a new game.
I kind of was going to mention it earlier. We got 20 points already. Those cheerleaders seem to be doing jumping jacks for every point scored. If West Milford keeps this up, they might be tired by the end of the night.
And now we're looking at the 30s. I thought they were further out than that. I thought the spot was further out, but 1st and 10 at the 36 for Paramus in the white.
I agree with you, John. I thought that was a little further out. I thought that was closer towards the 40.
I thought they were at the 39. Orbit motion,
Oh,
snaps, fumbled, it's loose, it's recovered by West Milford. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Stand number 8 here.
Just a bad snap there. You saw the quarterback put his hands on his head after the ball was recovered. And that's there's the function. I don't think we noticed that. It is the turnover helmet. He's putting it on his head. We were correct there. Our hypothesis was correct. It is a turnover helmet because he was the guy who recovered it.
Mark Shanassi, gets the
he's got it in his hand still.
helmet.
There he goes. And that actually has a helmet mark on it on the one side. That helmet.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
see,
yeah, it does.
All right. The team doesn't wear that helmet, but
1st and 10, West Milford at the Paramus 31. They're going to call the tackle bobbed a little bit in his stance. They're going to back it up.
You'd think
1st and 15.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you
That's
there.
all right.
You'd think the varsity team would have the helmets that match the turnover helmet. You'd think that.
I don't know. The turnover helmet has the yellow stripe, too.
Yeah. Huh.
But heads-up play by him, recovering that lost snap. Handoff across. Oh, no, fake the handoff, but fumble by West Milford. And that's recovered for Paramus.
These teams might be sick because they keep coughing up the ball.
By Alfreda Batanga. And he gets Paramus back in the game. 1st and 10 at their own 25. 9:52 left in this first half as we play a little volleyball here.
We keep talking about week 0. This is one of the reasons why week 0 is a thing. You get all your jitters out of the way. And that you'll see that. You'll see the rustiness of the players here a little bit because they're still, even though they're still coming from camp, you get that a little bit. You get the jitters. You get the turnovers. We're already a few turnovers in. I want to say 5 or 6 turnovers. Maybe a little less than that.
Motion across for Paramus. Handoff. Snaking his way through with kind of a tire drill type run there. Matthias Singleton, the junior, picks up, we'll call it 5.
Ready, Chris, take. Josh,
Yep, 5.
your camera a little bit.
Now, like I said, if you're Paramus here, you got to hit a long pass or a long run here.
Right now, I've got to get my confidence back, so I think what I'm going to call is short outs. I'm going to make sure, nothing that tests my quarterback.
Right.
Who's Gonzaga? He's lost it again. It's still loose and recovered by West Milford.
Follow that player, follow 18.
Like I said, we are coughing up the football. We're playing volleyball over here.
It's all good, it's all good.
Fumble recovered by Jeremiah Crispin, the senior, number 18.
That is 3 fumbles on back-to-back-to-back plays. My goodness, what chaos.
9:08 to go in the first half, and West Milford takes over first and goal
Ready, Chris.
just inside the Paramus.
And there's the turnover
10.
helmet again as it falls off the bench. But once again, the turnover helmet there.
Ready, Josh.
So we were correct about our hypothesis, that being the turnover prop, a la Miami and other
The
colleges.
chain, the sledgehammer, the hard hat, the toolbox.
I think the helmet with the antlers is pretty cool.
I'm all in with the helmet and the antlers. And have the antlers, I just need the helmet now. Dean trying to get his team lined up properly, and they call a timeout. They wanted the multiple receivers right. They were lined up slot left. Timeout called. I think that came from the sideline,
It did indeed.
as Dean was trying to get the slot receiver to move to the near side. 9:08 remaining in what's become a long
Huddle, the one on the field by the 20.
second quarter
Zoom in. All right, good.
here on McCormick Field at West Milford High School. John Kovach, Mark Sirdashney, coming to you on the Garden State Athletic Network. Coverage sponsored by the Harrington Companies.
Ready, Josh. Take. And Josh, what I want you to do is just follow them out. and
I
then
mean,
zoom
this
out
has
and get a
been,
normal shot, okay?
like you said, a long slog here in the second quarter. We've been taking our time because we've had a lot of turnovers.
There was a nice pace to the first quarter, and you had West Milford cranking out 4-yard carries. Okay, now we've got slot to the near side. Handoff going away from the slot. Good blocking at the edge, and in for the touchdown.
Zoom in. All right, ready, Chris. Take.
Patrick Foley.
It is now 26-0. Domination in the first half.
Watch how West Milford blocks the corner. The way they just create a lane.
It's fantastic. It's amazing.
I just love the way they block.
That's all coaching right there. Head coach be teaching them good ways to block here.
Coaching's having 15 returners who know what they're doing.
Well, that means you know how your boys act. You ain't got to teach them all that
Exactly.
much.
Amundson's kick is good.
He's made up for that first miss.
Yes, he has. 27-0 with 9:02 left in this first half.
You know, if we're talking about college here, you have a college-like matchup here. I think the Big Ten. I think Iowa and Penn State here,
Yeah, you're close to it.
especially with the prop and everything like that. You got the black and gold and the white and the navy here. In an actual college game, though, I feel like Iowa and Penn State would be a good matchup.
Both your cameras are plugged in up there and they say that? All right, that gives us enough time to make to the half. I need to go up there and check power, okay?
Speaking of college football, we do have a Jersey college football game today with Ohio taking on Rutgers at 6 in 10 minutes. I think Rutgers has got that one in the bag, but you never know. Might get an upset out there.
Michigan thought they were beating Appalachian State some time ago, too, there, Mark.
2007. I distinctly remember that year because it was one of the first years I started watching college football, specifically Rutgers.
Amundsen to kick off from his 40. And it looks like a slightly different look on the receiving end for Paramus because they've mixed those kicks up. Booming kick caught just outside the end zone.
And spun down there. Rocked like a hurricane.
Great coverage. Shuts down Carroll's return. I'll tell you what, West Milford flies around on special teams too.
Yes, they do. Carroll had no shot.
Well, I thought if he got outside the numbers, he could do something. They weren't going to let him get there.
No, sir.
1st and 10 for Paramus. They're spending a little bit of time talking. You're starting to get to the need to score portion of the game.
I thought we were already there for the Spartans.
I did too, but
with all the turnovers, yeah, there's you never know. And there's a lane there. Gets a couple.
Hand off to Singleton. Tries to snake his way through. Picks up a short 3.
See, the blockers there, like you mentioned the blockers for West Milford being good. It's almost the exact opposite for Paramus here. Their blocking almost seems soft. They're almost like Singleton didn't get enough room there to burst one out and take one off. It's like he's got the burst. We've seen it.
He's got the burst, and you can see him trying to find the opening.
Yeah.
But those openings are being slammed shut on him so fast that he's not able to pop it.
Yeah, he's not able to pop off a long run.
Another fumble.
Oh, my God.
This time recovered by Paramus, though. Just another low snap there.
Jones dives on it. Third and 9 now. Clock running, coming up on 7:30 to go in the second half. Jones to pass, lofts one up the sideline.
And that's what you needed.
Caught. First big game for Paramus. Jones finds Theo Parides.
That sounds like a Spartan name.
Yes, it does. And the Spartans take over, or excuse me, move the chains. 1st and 10 from the Highlander 48.
That you mentioned they needed a long pass. That's where it is, right there. You get that long pass here. Maybe get a score in before the half
Well,
ends.
that's it. Now you can't tee off on the run. Now you've got to respect the pass a little bit. Jones again. Jones with the handoff. Singleton takes it outside, turns the corner.
So close yet so far for Singleton.
Picked up a little bit.
If he's got about 5 more yards running left to right, he breaks that, I think.
See, I think there's too much left to right going on right now. I think Paramus they need to establish the lanes, but they've got to get to where they can go more north-south. There have been a few that I think they could have broken where it just continues to flow toward the sideline. You're not getting credit for lateral yardage. 3 receivers near side, backs offset that way. Jones takes the snap, hands off to Singleton going the other way, and he is met by half of the Highlander defense.
See, you mentioned them trying to move up north to south, but every time they've moved up, tried to go that route, it's just the opportunity's been slammed in their faces by West Milford's defense.
You're not wrong.
Head coach talking to the referee there about something.
Third and a long 7 for Paramus. 6:20 to go in this first half. 27-0 in favor of the host West Milford. You're watching New Jersey High School football on the Garden State Athletic Network, sponsored by the Harrington Companies. John Kovach and Mark Sirdashney. Zach Comer running the show.
Now, is this 4-down territory here?
Like it has to be.
And I think of that play shows that because they wouldn't do a running play here if it wasn't. I believe this is 4-down territory because you have to get something out of this.
Yeah, Jones grabs the snap, tucks it in, picks up a few. 4th and 7.
The band getting the fans here, West Milford, hyped up for this important 4th down here. Oh, I thought it was a flag.
No, it's a timeout.
I want to talk about it. It's a pretty important down.
I don't blame him. Call timeout. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
It's not the second half. You can spare them a little bit.
Right, you can't take them home with you.
Yeah. I had a friend that always said if all the timeouts aren't used by the end of the game, you didn't do it right. Like the game wasn't played correctly. But I mean,
Depends on the circumstances. Not wrong, but
I have to agree with him. Or I have to agree with you on that, excuse me. I think it depends on the circumstance there.
yeah, if I'm up 34-0, I don't really need to
on either
be
side.
calling timeouts. We've got a lot of high school football and other sports coming at you this fall. You can become a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. Email us at sponsors, that's sponsor with an S, at GardenStateAthleticNetwork.com.
And if you want to check out on our friends over at Lighthouse Sports Network and on here on the Garden State Athletic Network, Ocean Township is facing Long Branch. In Ocean Township, the Spartans taking on the Green Wave there. They just went live if you want to check that out right now.
Or you can watch the end of this game and watch that one after, which is probably what I will do.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. That's what I would do.
I've got huddle film to watch. I got plenty of football.
I've been so ready for football season. Oh, almost jumped off sides there.
They came close. I'm surprised they didn't. Jones to pass. It's floated up there. It's intercepted. Bouncing off a tackle and now back to the 49. And that's number 8's going to get the helmet back. Landon Keller, who recovered a fumble earlier.
Someone go get the helmet. There it goes. There he goes.
There he
He's going to
goes.
get
Coach
the helmet.
got the helmet.
Where's number 8? Where's the helmet? Get the helmet, baby. There it is. Coach lifted up high in the air, and he's going to give it to him there.
I'm sorry, that's number 9.
Number 9, excuse me, and he got the helmet on the head there.
Not easy to read these, and that's Blake Tabersny.
I have to agree, the numbers sometimes are a little tricky to read, but especially with the 8 and 9 looking so similar in font there.
Yeah. Paramus calls a timeout, 5:01 to go. They'll have one left after this, if my count is correct.
I still think that's a really cool tradition for them. I
I do too.
It.
And, you know, the elk or the stag, I'm figuring in their inflatable runway. It's a cool logo.
It is a pretty neat logo.
Kind of Edmonton Elks-like.
Yeah, that's what I think of. I think of Edmonton Elk, the Edmonton Elk, yeah. Just, you know, gold and black.
Correct. You got different colors. West Milford in black with gold numbers. Paramus white with navy. 1st and 10 for West Milford. They're already up 27-0. 2 backs. Slot to this side. Handoff and getting the corner is Chase Tabersny. Tabersny has the sideline. Tightrope walks, tiptoes in. No flags.
As far as we see, no flags. That is a West Milford Highlander touchdown. As the band strikes up to play the fight song.
And that makes it 33, pending the extra point with 4:51 to go.
What did we say about those cheerleaders getting a workout? They might have 34 jumping jacks to do. That's going to be a lot for them. But that's all good for West Milford. They'll happily take that.
Amundsen to kick from Patrick Foley's hold. Snaps good, kicks up. 34-0 in favor of West Milford. You're watching New Jersey High School football on the Garden State Athletic Network.
51 yards is the official scamper total there for him. 51 yards.
He got the corner, took it right out to the sideline.
West Milford is doing exactly what Paramus wants to do, and just doing it better in every aspect of the game here at this point.
Oh yeah. So, I've had a hard time this week. School's not open yet, and now we're doing football on a Thursday night.
Right.
I'm feeling like it's Friday.
Yeah.
That's going to cause a problem for me.
Why do you say that?
Because I got to work tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah. But that's a fair point. I'm used to being on a Friday night. That's very true. Thursday night football, just as good. We ain't on Amazon Prime, but we're on the Garden State Network, which is about 10 times as better anyway. So, you know. Set to kick once again. Another booming kick there.
Quarter round of 5 by Singleton. He's got the middle of the field, but just a perfect tackle on the coverage right in the middle of the field by Adonai Aarons, the senior for West Milford. 1st and 10 for Paramus at their own 31.
Got 4:45, excuse me, left in the first half here. You got to do something here if you're Paramus. Anything at this point, anything to build that momentum going into the second half.
You got to get on the board. Yeah, but here's the thing. You haven't shown yet that you can stop West Milford.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 one-play drives there.
Mm-hmm.
So you score quick. If you can't stop them, what's the point?
Yeah, at this point. And as we say that, oh, maybe not.
Tried to get the corner, did Singleton, who's suddenly been getting the bulk of the carries.
I think, like you said, it's because he's got that burst we saw a few times, but it's like he hasn't been able to get anywhere because, like you said, you can't stop West Milford's defense at this point.
No. And you like to mix it up because it is a punishing sport. Yes, they've cut down on contact and whatnot, but it is still, you like to mix it up so that you have fresh legs.
Well, and you can't do that in a situation like this because you can't be,
right now.
You can't be. You got to be kind of one-dimensional here. And that's one of the biggest flaws you can have as a team is being a one-dimensional offense, especially when you're down as big as they are right now.
Nothing fancy there. Follows his fullback. Does Singleton. Picks up a couple. Picks up a few. Gets around the 35. Under 4.5 minutes to go in this first half. At halftime, we'll bring you the announcement about the T-Mobile 5G and how that's going to possibly affect the fields here. 2 receivers near side. Singleton gets caught in the backfield and driven back. Tackle by Jeffrey Papinuk, who's found the end zone already in this first half. And there makes a big defensive play. Brings up 4th down with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. West Milford with a 34-0 lead.
Just pure defensive line.
But it's nowhere near the returner. It's going to roll to a stop at West Milford's 38-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10 with 3:01 left in the second quarter, already leading 34-0.
At this point, if you're West Milford, you could just run the ball, right?
I would just run the ball.
Could probably take a knee at this point. No, no, it's not like that. That's disrespectful. Apologies there. But, yeah, just run the football at this point. You're up 34-0.
Absolutely. Three receivers right. Handoff goes that way. It's Papanuk again. Bulls his way through. Picks up about 8.
When you can run the football like that, you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna win games.
Mm-hmm.
8-yard chunks like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 2 minutes 35 left in the first half here.
Yeah, I think you'll see West Milford slow it down. They're not going to come out of the huddle quite as fast. Burn the clock. We'll take a look at what they've got coming up. Papanuk again steps out of a tackle. He's got the side. He runs, stops and starts, plays with his acceleration a little bit, and then gets tackled at the 23-yard line of Paramus. 1st and 10, 2:05 to go when the clock resets.
He almost looked like he slowed down for a second there.
I think he did. I think he slowed down and then sped up.
He looks tired. He's been the bell cow today. He looks exhausted. I mean, when you're getting runs like that, yeah, you're gonna feel that.
You know, here you've got a Paramus team that lost 14 seniors the end of last year.
Yeah.
And you've got a West Milford team that brought 15 back. Trying to get the corner is Foley. He's strung out a little bit, loses a couple. Be second and 12, we'll call it. Coming up on 1:15.
Like I said, West Milford, like you said, West Milford's going to take their time here. They're not in any rush. You got like a minute left. They're talking it up in the huddle.
Oh yeah, I mean just take all the time you can. Wait for the back judge to raise his hand and tell you there's 5 seconds, and then snap it. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to put it up. It's going to be out of bounds.
Little cheekiness there. And the two guys there tapping helmets and saying, "Guys, sit there, buddy."
3rd and 12, 43 seconds to go in this first half.
West Milford's got all the time. They can go as slow as molasses in wintertime.
Gonna get an injury timeout here. We'll stop the clock. Now restart it. Player was coming off for Paramus.
He was shaking his arm like his arm's asleep.
Yeah, they told him take a knee. You know, if you take the knee, take the stoppage, they'll let you get off. Otherwise, you get caught with 10. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
Jet motion. Foley takes the handoff, coming across, cuts upfield. He's met by several Paramus Spartans who shut that run down. 4th and 11, 30 seconds to go. West Milford can stay in the huddle.
I believe that's Theo over there on the sideline, number 5. He's shaking his arm. He landed on top of Dean there. And he landed and his arm was underneath him, I think. That might just be a little bit of a stinger there, but don't quote me on that. Not 100% sure, but he's shaking his arm like, yeah, that hurt a little bit.
Clock is winding. The West Milford coach is telling the players to just stay there. I think they're just going to stay here. He calls a timeout with 3 seconds to go. I think he's going to this is not a bad idea. He's bringing on Amundsen, and they're going to try what's going to be a significant field goal for a high school.
I mean, you might as well get the practice in.
Absolutely. This is when you do it. This is when you do it. Week 0, you don't do it now.
Yeah, you're up 34-0. What have you got to lose?
Exactly.
I mean, you get times like this, you practice these, because you get games like we had last year in Peaburg where it came down to a last-second long field goal to win the game to move on in the playoffs.
So this is going to be a 40-yard field goal.
They're cheering for him here. The crowd is on its feet over here.
I don't know their school records, but I mean, a 40-yard field goal in high school is generally a pretty
long.
good kick.
Let's see here.
Foley is the holder. Takes a snap, gets it down, kicks up. It's good.
What a kick there.
We're at halftime here on the Garden State Athletic Network, brought to you by the Harrington Companies.
Is it 40 or 37? I thought it was 37-0 earlier.
37-0 the score at halftime.
Yeah, I was going to say 40-0, right? Okay, I thought so.
Is it 40 or is it 37?
40?
37.
37?
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say 40.
No, I thought it was 40 at first. No, it's 37.
37-0 is the correct score.
We get to celebrate something special. Our very own West Milford Highlanders have been selected as a $5,000 Friday sweepstakes.
I am so disappointed Corley didn't pan out.
Me too.
It's because I have.
Team of Milford said to us, for the $5,000 check tonight. And the excitement doesn't end here. West Milford is now in the running to become one of 25 finalists who will each receive $25,000 and host a T-Mobile home game. One grand prize school carried a $1 million home field upgrade, complete with a Gronk fitness weight room transformation, an epic tailgate party, and an all-expenses paid trip to the SEC Championship.
Sorry.
So let's make some noise for West Milford to show our Highlander pride, keep rallying, and keep posting. Spectators, that when you exit the field tonight, please take a lawn sign with you at the gate, courtesy of T-Mobile. They will all be at the gate.
Welcome back to West Milford High School. Garden State Athletic Network brings you the second half of Paramus at West Milford, sponsored by the Harrington Companies. Harrington Construction, Hoffman Supply. They can handle anything you need done around the house. They can do. We thank the Harrington Companies for their support. 37-0 as the teams come out of the locker room in favor of West Milford. Mark, it was an efficient first quarter for the Highlanders. It was a week 0 type second quarter for both teams. But mistakes by Paramus, big plays by West Milford, and it's 37-0.
I don't necessarily see Paramus out on the field yet, and that's sometimes how it's been feeling in this game. Feels like Paramus isn't fully out there at times. West Milford's been taking huge advantages of that, and like you said, making the plays that matter, making the big runs and the turnover battle, winning the turnover battle, and doing all the things that Paramus needs to do to get back in this game.
Now, West Milford next week is going to take on Jefferson. That will be on Friday the 5th. Friday is the 5th, right?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Yes.
And then they go
That'll be here. Go ahead.
And then they go on September 11th to face Dover. And then on the 19th, they come back to West Milford to face Passaic Valley. And then on the 27th, they go on the road to face Mawa, all the way up north. And on October 3rd, they go continue on the road trip to face Lakeland, their rival. That should be a fun one.
That'll be a fun one. There's some interesting matchups there. I want to see what they can do against Jefferson. I want to see what they can do against Dover. And then, Passaic Valley should be. They're all good games.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Potentially.
Yeah, and I'm sure the head coach, Steve Maslanik, sorry if I butchered that, will be preparing them well, I'm sure. He's definitely prepared them well today.
Now, Paramus is going to travel to Bergenfield on the 6th. They'll host Riverdale on the 13th. They're both Saturdays. They'll host Wayne Valley on Friday, September 19th. That's a nice stretch at home. Host Old Tappan on the 26th. And then a visit to Pascack Valley. That's a tough assignment on October 3rd.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough one, I think, for them. Head coach Joe Sabella, though, is going to see what they can do to hopefully turn this game around and turn the season around, too.
Well, you tell them they've got to overcome the adversity. They've got to keep chopping. They've got to keep fighting and see if they can scrape something together. And not for nothing,
There's a whole half of football.
West Milford scored 37 points and a half. Why can't Paramus do it?
Should be interesting to see what happens in the second half here. I just hope it's a little more, how do we put this? A little more speedy than the second quarter was. Speaking of chopping, currently the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are tied with the Ohio Bobcats at the end of the first quarter with second and goal on Ohio's 5. So there's your Rutgers update there. The fact that Ohio got in a score at all is kind of amazing, considering Rutgers is a D1 team. And
Our 3-minute post-halftime mandatory warm-up now. Then we will get back to the game. 37-0 the score. I thought it was a wise move. You're not really running it up yet in the first half. Try that long field goal and build some confidence in your kicker.
Speaking of the field goal, apologies about the score there. I legitimately thought it was 40-0. That is my mistake. It is 37-0. Excuse me, apologies for that. I just thought the 40-yarder to make it 40 would have been cool.
It would have been.
That could still happen. Who knows? With a leg like that, maybe he'll get another 40-yarder. As we mentioned, that's pretty long for a high school field goal.
It's impressive.
Oh, and it is now 10-7 Rutgers. They kicked the field goal.
West Milford program at halftime mark with an announcement from T-Mobile about being a finalist for $5,000 for a new field and a chance for up to really $1 million for athletic facilities.
Yeah, if they win the grand sweepstakes, the grand prize, they will be receiving about $1 million for a potential field upgrade, and they will be hosting a T-Mobile themed Friday Night Lights game, and everyone from West Milford will receive a complimentary trip to the SEC championship game later in the year.
It's a nice get.
Who are your predictions for the SEC this year?
I don't even. I haven't had time to look at it.
Haven't had time to do that yet?
I have not had time.
Gotcha. SEC is always competitive, though.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's tough to bet against Georgia. It's
That's my pick, is Georgia.
tough to think that Alabama's going to be, I mean, I guess you would call last year, who finished the first half with a 40-yard field goal. Kicks deep. That's going to go out of the end zone. And Paramus will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Again, there, just a, like I said, a line drive kick right into the end zone. That's how he kicked the 40-yarder, though. He drove the ball, didn't really get it too super-duper high, but he got it in and made it 37-0. Coach there hyping up his boys, telling them there's a whole other lap of football. Like you said, West Milford scored 37.5. Why can't Paramus?
Exactly. So number 9, Ryan Jones, back at quarterback. 3 receivers left to the top of the screen. They're going to throw it that way. It's deflected. It's intercepted. It's dropped. Almost intercepted off of a volleyball spike, but dropped. It's going to end up being an incomplete pass and nothing more. And I think we are in running clock territory with the score 27-0, as the clock did not stop on that incompletion and loose ball.
Again, so close there. Just perfectly timed jump there, and like you said, a volleyball spike. That's very accurate. A spike into almost into the awaiting arms of the defender.
Jones hands off. His way through. Picks up about 5. And we haven't realized, I mean, Ryan Jones is a sophomore out there in this first real action for the Spartans. Again,
Right.
Paramus in white with blue. They're going from left to right. West Milford, black and gold. Fakes the handoff, throws out to the screen. The block fails on the screen, and it's a loss of about 5, bringing up 4th and 10. You have to stick the block for that play to work.
And Paramus is going to punt. Maybe there's our offense standing on the field. Nah.
I think they're going to punt.
Yeah, they're in punt formation here.
Chris, I want you to go get on the punter.
And it's a
Oh.
short punt.
Oh, flag. Get the guys.
Little bit of pushing and shoving. Hand off, and it's clear sailing there for Chase Taberzi. A 31-yard touchdown to make it 44-0. 44-0. 44-0. West Milford over Paramus. West Milford over Paramus on the, not the start Paramus needed.
No, sir, not at all. Just a ugly, ugly game here for Paramus. With the punches sometimes, and you're going to take those. You're going to have those games.
Yeah, it's a rough afternoon. It's a rough evening. It's going to be a rough film day, but you learn from it.
You learn from this just as much as you learn in school, I'm sure. And the clock continues to run as we've more than entered running clock territory at this point. Earlier waving his arm, but he's okay, it looks like.
Now we also have Long Branch versus Ocean Township coming at you, courtesy of Lighthouse Sports Network, and kicking off soon, Whippany Park versus Parsippany.
That one just went live, I believe. There we got the Red Hawks facing the Wildcats, and the current score of the Long Branch and Ocean Township game. It is currently 10-0 Ocean Township over the Long Branch Green Wave.
Jones keeps it himself and picks up about 7. Under 3 minutes left in this third quarter.
Clock keeps going here.
Pass by Jones, a reaching grab by Theo Paredes. He holds on to it and moves the chains again. Coming up on 2:20 to go in this third quarter. Running clock, that's why it's going so fast. 1st and 10 for Paramus on the Spartans' own 45-yard line. They trail 44-0 here at West Milford. And caught in the backfield is Singleton.
Just nowhere to go this time.
Senior Cole Zverapak on the tackle. Basically blanketed him.
Popped him like a popcorn in the microwave there. Yeah, it's fitting their uniforms are white.
Kind of surprised the lights haven't turned on yet.
I think there's still enough sun here.
Yeah. Jones to throw, looking for Paredes. He floats it to him, and that's going to be complete for another Paramus first down. If these guys here's the thing. If they find their groove, he's made the catches, has Paredes. Jones has made the throws.
Yeah.
These guys could play pitch and catch up and down the sideline.
I agree.
They just have to get there.
I mean,
and I think they will.
I mean, that was a pretty little touch pass there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of really just pitching it to him.
I mean, if you're Paramus, you got to look back on that on film and build on that, because clearly there's something there. You just got to use it.
Everything packed in now on the far side of the field. 3 receivers. We've got the Delta formation. Fake handoff. Jones keeps it. Runs right into the heart of the West Milford defense. Picks up 5. 2nd and 5 from the 30.
He could have cut the other way and had a big hole there too. Might have had a shot at something there, but he runs right into the heart and still gets a decent amount of there. Gets 5.
And with that, the third quarter comes to an end. The only touchdown scored by West Milford. They build their lead by 7, 44-0. As we get ready for the fourth quarter here on the Garden State Athletic Network, our coverage of New Jersey high school sports brought to you by the Harrington Companies.
They're talking about the band at something here in the PA announcements here. I'm not sure what. And the crowd was going crazy earlier. they must have been filming them or something.
It would be about 2nd and 5 when we resume at the West Milford 30.
And like we mentioned at the conclusion of this game here, you can go and watch our other games. We got Ocean Township hosting Long Branch there, and we've got Parsippany hosting
Whippany Park.
Whippany Park, thank you. And you can check out all the highlights and scores on the best podcast on the Garden State Athletic Network and across New Jersey, the Garden State Game Plan, hosted by yours truly and James Clark.
Singleton cuts, goes east-west, turns up the sideline. He's out of bounds, but he moves the chains. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the West Milford 18.
Like I mentioned, this momentum that Paramus kind of has, this game, like I said, rough day at the office for them, but you got to build on it somehow. Go down the field, score a touchdown, maybe 2 later.
Find a positive. Everybody knows it's awful to be on the wrong end of this. Find something to build from and make it part of growing up as a football player.
Go into your next matchup.
And a human being.
Yeah, go into your next matchup against the Bears and build on that.
Motion away to a wham block. Singleton springs it. He's going to get the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal. But what I found nifty there was Theo Paredes motions to the left, and then at the snap comes back a beautiful wham, which is it's basically a trap, but instead of your tackle doing the pull, the fullback's going down the line and does the kick out.
Yeah.
And it opened up the seam for Singleton, and I like the design of that play. Show me that again.
Yeah, that was a pretty neat play there. Beautiful wham block, like you said, and show us more of that.
And a fumble recovered. That was on the exchange.
That would have just been devastating for them if they would have.
You've got to get something out of this. You have to.
Just something, anything. Points. Points. Because you do not want to get shut out.
And a lot of new numbers in there for West Milford. I'm sure they've done some subbing. Get these guys some varsity experience.
Exactly.
Because it is a big deal to play. Counter all by himself is Jones for the touchdown. Ryan Jones gets Paramus on the board. 7-yard run with about 9.5 minutes to go in this 4th quarter to make it 44-6. And you see some life and some excitement on the Paramus sideline.
About time we got a bit of a wake-up call for them. Honestly, it's nice to see some excitement out of your boys after they made a play.
Nicholas.
Seen your difference there. I mean, it's like, or more than that even. It's the negative what, 9?
That's a lot of mass.
Well, you even see on offense here, the Dean's not on the, he's not playing the quarterback right now.
No.
They got a lot of the guys who, like you said, get them some playing time, man.
I will say, ever since they started talking about T-Mobile, the Verizon hotspots on that.
But we'll see what he can do here.
Sophomore Daniel Burke in the gun. No, sorry, the handoff was to Burke. Flags all over the place, and it's actually the coach's son, Luke Maslanek, in at quarterback.
That was a decent run there, but called back for a hold.
You've got new players in there. They're first. I got to make this block stick.
Yeah. Stuck it just a little too much there, and it cost them 10 yards.
Honestly, I'm going to say it was a fairly clean game in terms of penalties. There was a couple of procedures, But
Right.
really, it was not. There wasn't as much laundry as I expected.
Yeah, especially for, week 0, first game in a year, you think the guys would be a little rusty, a little more chippy. There was some extracurriculars throughout the game a little bit of pushing and shoving, but nothing too crazy. They only had the one unsportsmanlike call here.
Attempted run right off of the snap. Ends in a pile up and a loss of 2. Going to bring up 2nd and 19.
Pile up like on 287. Or I-80 or any of the other major
Ouch.
highways.
Pick one.
78 is probably, that's mine. I know that one too well.
Double slot, single back. Handoff. The ball almost came loose on the hand. It did come loose on the handoff, and that's a turnover for Paramus. Number 70 for the Spartans. Basically got between the quarterback and the running back and stole the handoff. Aiden Jordan, the sophomore there, gives the Spartans the ball in the red zone. 1st and 10 for Paramus at the Highlanders 16-yard line. And the lights are on
There
with
we are.
3:46 to go. Jones takes the snap, fakes the handoff, lofts a pass, touch pass there to Theo Parides. Parides out of bounds. See where they spot him. Right around the 10. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 10.
It's funny, we mentioned Paramus building on it. This is certainly a way to build some building blocks here. You get a quick touchdown and you get a turnover here. It's something. It
Right.
shows that you got fight.
Something you can talk, a positive that you can talk to the guys about.
Correct.
Kamara. Handoff to Singleton, tries to step ladder his way through. He's close to the first down, but
It's a good, solid way to build on it. Build on a rough night at the office.
trouble with the snap and the hold. And the holder.
Almost looked like he was going for a fake there, but trouble with the snap.
I think the snap was low coming back to him. And then Thomas Kane, who's being met by his coaches out by the numbers, tried to make something happen, but there wasn't a lot of blocking on that either. And the Highlanders were all over him before he could find the handle.
Yeah.
That's got to be why. Here I am on my knees with a loose ball.
And getting hit by a defender.
And here come a couple of guys that.
A couple of guys in black and gold.
Now, do you try the onsides here? You may as well.
I mean, what have
Practice
you?
it.
Yeah, what have you got to lose? You got 48 seconds left.
Clock's running. 44-13. West Milford with the lead.
Do you think they're going to try it? West Milford, I think, is getting ready. Nah, never mind. They're going to regular.
I might just to practice it, but I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I don't know.
I mean, when you're down this much, you might as well give it a shot.
Right. Kicks a line drive kick that was going to go out of bounds, but it's picked up.
I think that's just to keep the clock. I mean, the clock's going to run on their way. We got 5,
That's
4.
going to do it here. 2, 1. 44-13.
All she wrote.
West Milford with a week 0 win in convincing fashion over Paramus. 44-13. The entire second half, played with a running clock.
Lovely. Actually, ready, Chris, hold your shot there.
As both teams shake hands like we always do in high school football.
Right there, Chris.
Coaches meeting. You know, Paramus found some positives, I hope, to build off as this game came to an end. And West Essex did what they wanted to do.
Yes, yes they did.
They weren't shy about it. They said to us when we talked to the coach the other day, Mark, he told us what they wanted to do. And it's a great feeling for a coach when you come out and just do it. Hey, I got a game plan, and I don't have to deviate from that.
Yeah, that's one of the best feelings in football when you make a plan up and you focus on execute on that plan to perfection.
First quarter, Paramus was in. I thought there was potential for it to be a tight game, but second quarter, the wheels just came off, and the turnovers and the big plays allowed West Milford to pull away
And take the win. I mean, pure domination here at West Milford. Is there anything else, like, if you're the, and there they go, they're taking the pictures. They all hold up their ones for probably 1-0. And on the other side for Paramus, just like I said, rough night at the office, but you get those, and you got to take those 2 touchdowns you scored near the end, even with a little bit of fiasco, the extra point, and build on it for your game against the Bears next week.
Learn from it, come back. I'm really curious about how this West Milford Jefferson game is going to go next week.
That should be an interesting watch.
One's, I'm intrigued by that game after watching this afternoon.
Should be a fun one there. Once again, your final score, West Milford 44, Paramus 13. I'm Mark Sirdashney, alongside my partner, John Kovach. Thanks for watching the Garden State Network's coverage of New Jersey high school football. Have a fantastic night, everybody.